Hello and welcome to Mr. E's Watch Reviews. Sorry, you guys, it's taking me a little while to get all this, to make this video. I've just had a bunch of stuff going on. It's been super busy at the shop, and you know, 3 watches to try and wear and get a good usage review. And then on top of that, y'all can also see Philo has sent me 5 more watches. So I've been checking all these out and everything like that. These are all brand new and unworn. We've got a Sea Stern, 2 San Martins, and 2 Eddie's Dive watches. So that'll be a later different episode, but just so you know, that's coming up. Also, before we start about this, we have a new memberships program. If y'all could please, for the love of God, maybe join. I didn't ask for a lot. The highest one is like $5.99. Again, if you can, great. If you can't, I do understand. It'll just really help out the channel and help me be able to buy more watches. Because like I pointed out a couple of times, this year in comparison to last year, we've had a lot fewer brand new watches that I've been buying because, I'm just not making that kind of money off of YouTube. Like $30, $40 a month does not cut $300, $400, $500 watches. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So at any rate, also, before we go too much further, we're still doing the watch giveaway. I got these 2 that we're giving away. My whoop-ass racing and my Pagani design, and of course the grand prize is the San Martin. Like I said, this one is the grand prize because it's the most expensive and the best one out of the 3. The other 2 are quite nice, but yeah, the little bit higher quality there. At any rate, for that, there will be a link down in the description for that video. Basically, you have to be subscribed to the channel, and like I said, the video for the entry or whatever, like I said, it'll be down in the description. All you gotta do is go to that video, watch it, leave a comment, be subscribed, you're entered. 2,520 subscribers is where we're going to be giving that watch away at. So if you look at my subscriber count and it's still below 2,500, hurry your little ass up over there and enter, because there's still time. All right, now that we got all that bullshit out of the way, and also just so you know, we do also have the supers thing going on too. So in case you don't want to do a full blown, membership type thing or whatever, you can do it one time supers, which is also cool. That does really help out. Okay, so enough begging for fucking money. Oh my God, I feel so dirty now for having even asked y'all. So, all right. This is the Steeldive SD1996. Basically, it's their homage to the skx007. A lot of people would be, no, it's the skx5. Because again, I would have been one of them people because, I'm not a huge Seiko nerd. At any rate, this is actually quite a well done watch. I've never actually got to hold an actual 007 in my hands. I own the skx5. But this is definitely an excellent representation of the skx007. And it is quite a bit better than the skx5. The main reasons why I say that, and you guys see me keep flipping to the bracelet here, this has solid end links from the factory and a partially milled clasp. Like, the scissor part here is all milled. This is pressed, but, considering the Seiko is pretty much all pressed, yeah. And has hollow end links, so, okay. you know, yeah, they're both push pin bracelets. And the Jubilee on this is quite a bit better than on a Seiko. The Seiko Jubilees are very, very sloppy. They look pretty good, but I mean, they're just very, very loose. I bought one for $75 from my skx5 and wound up taking it back to Mr. Choi's watch repair in Lynn Haven Mall in Virginia Beach. Got my $75 back because by that point, the one I had ordered off of eBay for $30 came in. Couple other things that I like better about this watch over like even my skx5. This insert here is ceramic versus the aluminum one on that. The bracelet's better. I do kind of like the exhibition case back on the skx5. I do like, being able to see the movement. The bezel action feels the same. And one of the other things that I did find kind of cool, but had a slight problem with, and it was my own fault. As you can see, the indice or little marker up here, 12, is a lot wider than the rest of these. Basically, I was wearing this thing at work, and I got grease down inside of it because, of course, this is engraved. It's cut out of there. Blah blah blah. And they filled it up with Lume paint. Well, I got grease down in there, and I kept trying to get it out, and I finally hit it with some brake clean, and the brake clean removed the paint. And again, in all fairness, brake clean will remove a couple layers of skin if you leave it on your skin too long. I mean, this stuff is really caustic, nasty shit. So yeah, like basically I sprayed it and it actually flaked out like in one little chunk. So that sucks because, the bezel is loomed on this thing, like I already said, but on my particular one, everything else glows except for that one spot. So I need to get me some white paint. Now, the bezel alignment on this thing is pretty decent. But every once in a while, I line it up and it don't quite look right. Like it's just a slight bit off, but I guess it's just my eyeballs. Because that looks like it's pretty dead on right there. The color blue on this is just absolutely beautiful. It's just fantastic. The NH35A has been running great. Let's see. Go ahead and take some measurements. So it's only 41.2 on the outside, which is not bad. It's 41.2, 41.5, somewhere in there. I'm trying to get it right on the damn. All right, yeah, 41.6. Since there's no Cyclops on these, just like on the Seikos, it's 13.1 thick. And let's see. Lug to lug. Come on, get on there. It's 45.5. With the end links, might as well say 50. Yeah, I mean, I am thoroughly impressed with this watch. I mean, for the $119 I spent for it, and just so y'all can see, I'm wearing the Captain Willard homage. We'll be doing this video right soon. I know a lot of people are really looking forward to this one, but just a little heads up, we will be doing a comparison between it and, yeah, we got two Willards. Ha ha ha. But like I said, this is the AliExpress Willard and then the Steeldive Willard. And I'm about positive AliExpress and Steeldive are sister companies. Like, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty fucking sure. Especially looking at them two watches just briefly. Yeah, I'm pretty positive there. But yeah, we're going to take the Willard off so I can show you all this thing on wrist, because I'm really torn. Like, I really like this one, and I really like the 1996. or not the 1996, the 1953, the SD1953. This one. I'm having a hard time choosing which one I like between these two the best. Just because basically this is the same bracelet on this as on this. Again, one thing I'm going to say about the Jubilee bracelets and stuff like that, you do get a much more comfortable and better fit. And of course, I said, you can see this thing is seen action. Like, I've been wearing the shit out of this at the shop. Like, I mean, I've gone full fucking send on this bad boy. Like, basically, over the last 2 weeks since I got these, this one and the 1953 have seen the most action and been worn the most at the shop. The Willard has been worn at the shop, but something kind of came up where I stopped wearing it. So we'll cover that in that one's review. But this watch, I mean, just it is for the $119 far better than my skx5. You know, and like, just so you know, they do have this with the day-date complication, just like my skx5 does. I did not realize it until after I'd already ordered it, and I didn't feel like canceling it. But yeah, like I said, I mean, nice fit, you know, very comfortable. You know, obviously it wears just like a damn Seiko. But like I said, it just, with all the extra holes and micro adjust and everything like that, you guys know how I am about loving a glide lock and really love that quick on the fly adjustment. I really have not been suffering with this. Like, this has been very acceptable. Let me go grab the skx5 so we can do a side-by-side. All right. So, and again, just so we're clear, no, this is obviously not the original Seiko bracelet. It's in the box. It's the standard Oyster bracelet. But I ordered this bracelet off of eBay for like $30. You can get them off of AliExpress for right around the same price. You know, but like I said, these two side by side, super duper close in comparison, like overall. But like I said, aluminum bezel, no screw down crown, ceramic bezel, screw down crown. Again, $30 cheap upgraded bracelet. You know, and again, Strapcode's got better ones that are probably running closer to $7,500. But again, you know, you can just go buy this for 120. You see what I'm saying? Like what it will cost you for the really good upgraded bracelet for this, you can just go buy this whole watch. We'll do a Lume shot here in about 2 seconds. Because again, the Lume is super impressive on both of these. But you know, again, lumed bezel, you know, ceramic bezel. I don't mind the matte black on this dial either, but you know, I do ultimately prefer that sunburst blue. Like, I haven't seen this one in person in a blue version, but oh damn it, turn on the damn micrometer. I'll just double check the measurements. See, this is actually a millimeter wider than the other one, than the Steeldive. Yep, almost a whole millimeter. 1/10 of a millimeter thicker. About the same length. And this one with this bracelet, right around the same there. So, I mean, this is technically a millimeter bigger diameter wise. So maybe that's why I like this one a little bit better. This one feels like it fits better on the wrist. But again, looking at them from here, you know, they look pretty much the same. Because the bezels, I'm about positive, are both 40. Now 40.6. 40.5. So, yeah. Let's see, in the crowns, 6.8 on the, 6.7 on the Seiko. 6.7 on the Steeldive. All right, let's go do a Lume shot and try and wrap this up. Because like I said, I think I've kind of gotten this thoroughly clear. I got this for $200 on sale at a local retailer. Like the normal price was, I think I got 30% off. So it was like $250, $260. I walked out the door like right at $200. Then, like I said, I had to buy a bracelet, and I went cheap for another $30. So we're at $230 versus $119 delivered. I think the date version might be $10 more. So again, I mean, both Seiko movements. I'm almost positive these are both Seiko cases. Like I said, this has just got many more upgrades than this one. Ceramic bezel, screw down crown, higher water resistance, better bracelet. So yeah, let's go ahead and lume these things up. Let's go ahead and get them shined up, and we'll take them inside and hide under the coffee table for a second. Let's see. Yeah, you can already start to see these things luming out. Luming out. All right. Hang on. Okay, so as you can see, like I was saying, the lume is pretty spectacular on both of these. Lasts quite a good while. I will say it does seem like the Seiko barely edges it out just by a cunt hair. And of course you can see over here where that 12 o'clock is missing because, the rest of the bezel is pretty well lumed. You can kind of see where I got a little bit of that brake clean on that 50 too. As you see, it's not quite as bright at the very tippy top of it. And some of them dots right around that big triangle. So, again, that's not really Steeldive's fault. I'm pretty sure they were not ever planning on somebody dipping the watch in caustic materials. So, yeah. But maybe that's something that they should think about, or why you should also go with a sapphire lumed bezel. Because, the sapphire is usually like an insert, and then it has the clear sapphire installed over top of it. That's going to protect everything from getting to that paint. But, like I said, the lume is very impressive. It does last quite a long time. I don't know about overall as long as the Seiko does. There's a Seiko's lume lasts a very, very long time. That might be the only place where it's kind of negligible. Like, I don't know. Like, to me, even just looking at it through the camera here, it looks like there's a slight change in brightness. Like the Seiko seems to be holding on. Not that the Steeldive's still not bright, but you know what I'm saying? We've only been in here a minute or two. Like, I wouldn't expect it to change at all, really, but I'm not a lume paint expert. I just can tell you what my eyeballs are seeing and telling me. Both of them are quite legible. Both of them are quite easy to read, but the Seiko does look like it's brighter and holding the brightness better. So overall, how I feel about these two watches, I mean, if you're one of them people that just absolutely have to have the fucking brand name, to feel good, I mean, that's kind of on you. I really like both of these watches. I really like this one a lot more than I really thought I would, because it was my first 4 o'clock crown position watch. And to be perfectly honest, it's not really my thing. I really don't care for it way over there. But with that being said, I felt like I got a good deal on this and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Until this one came in. Now this one, I feel like I got an okay deal. Because again, it does say Seiko. But I feel for the money, this is the way better way to go. They basically got the same movements. This is an NH35. This is a 4R36, which everybody knows is NH36A. So I would say go with this one with the NH36A version, so you get the day date. But even then, like I said, this was $80 cheaper, and I didn't have to do anything to it, and I liked it exactly the way it was right out the box. $200 plus 2 weeks waiting for another bracelet to come in because I like this so much better on the Jubilee. Oh, damn it. The Oyster is not bad. Like, the Oyster bracelet really was comfortable and was not terrible to wear. It just didn't feel as good a quality as this $30 one from freaking eBay. I like the Jubilee look on it the best, but again, milled clasp. I'm not saying it's the greatest ever, but it's a nice milled clasp and it works right. I would really kind of prefer their clasp to be just like this one, but that is what it is. I ain't stressed about that. And again, very comfortable, lots of holes micro adjust. I was able to get the job done, no problems. And like I said, you can see on the clasp there, like I said, she's done seen action like a motherfucker in over 2 weeks. So, all right. I'll put a link to this one for the AliExpress store and all that good stuff. And I was trying to get you guys a discount code. They informed me that there's a sale coming up at the end of this month. I think on like the 18th or 19th or something like that. So there will be a link down in the description. There's going to be a sale later this month. I think what they were trying to imply was that, no, you ain't getting no more discount because that's going to be the most discount we're giving. So, but yeah, at any rate, thank you guys again for watching and supporting the channel and all that good shit. If you're not entered to go win that watch, go win that watch. We'll be giving that away soon enough. And be looking forward to, we're going to do the Seiko Turtle versus the Captain Willard. Again, these are different variations because these are both technically turtles, but this one is more like the original turtle. Again, congratulations to Mr. Roland Wallner, who happened to pick up the Captain Willard. This one will be the next one that gets done, just because I have worn this one the second most. Because like I said, I wore the Willard like in the work 2 days in a row, and then something popped up on it, and it was pointed out to me. It's like, hey, you notice that's happening? It's like, oh shit. So yeah. Anyway, we'll discuss all that when it comes time for its turn. So again, thank you guys for watching. Check out all the rest of my videos. Go to the channel, check stuff out, become a member, do a super, because y'all are super people. Anyway, later on.